is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some more gameplay from Resident Evil 4 Remake. But today we're not going to be talking about the remake. We're going to be talking about the recently released PlayStation Showcase, which just finished up a few hours ago. It was about, I'd say, a little over an hour long. But I believe I'm not going to go over every single game that released, because not every single game released is pertaining to me or do I care too much about. But there were a few announcements and things that I did like, and so without further ado, I'm going to get right into it and talk about it. And these are the things, basically, I'm not saying that other things I don't mention aren't good or like they just don't pertain to me, because everyone's different, different strokes for different folks. Some people always laugh when you like watch these things and have like the whole chat and everyone's like, oh my god, everything's terrible. I mean, obviously there's people that like certain things, everyone's different, but you're not going to have an hour long of non-stop everything is going to pertain to you. But the first one I really liked, and this is, I believe, just a brand new game. Maybe it's not, but I've never heard it before. Was Phantom Blade Zero. It just, I don't know. Like, obviously, I got a soft spot for these type of Blade type games, because ever since I played Ghost of Tsushima, it's just like, man, I guess every time anything kind of remotely looks similar to that. I know they have the Wukong game coming out sometime. I don't know. I'm not too up to date like when that comes. I think it's next year, but I could be wrong. But anything like that just always gets me excited and just look really cool. I mean, they had like multiple moments where a dude's like fighting like two people on both sides, but going fast. Described with his blades, has unique enemies, and the aesthetic looks great. And because that's one thing I do believe, and I do understand this one complaint I have with gaming today. Not that it bothers me too much, but I at least get this. It's like we need some new original titles. We just can't have non-stop sequels and remakes. We gotta have a balance between them all, and it's nice to see newer things. And hopefully there's things that maybe I didn't care for this whole showcase that over time maybe they show more off. I'd be more interested. But Phantom Blade Zero definitely was interest me. The next thing that I saw, and I heard the rumors, and a lot of people were saying this, and I didn't want to get too excited until it was confirmed, but now it's been confirmed, and it actually gave me something even better than the actual confirmation itself. But Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is going to be remade. If you don't notice about me, Resident Evil 4 Remake is a remake of my all-time favorite game, Resident Evil 4. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is probably my second favorite game, only behind Resident Evil 4. So now my top two favorite games are being remade. One time for me to be alive, but and it's funny because when I was watching the trailer, I didn't think of that at all until eventually I saw like the big snake anaconda or python, whatever, came out of the water, and then it dawned on me, oh crap, this is what it is. And as soon as they played that iconic Snake Eater music, I was like, oh yeah, I love that song. I don't care what people say, that song is awesome. But what got me more hyped, even more than that, because once again, if that game never got remade, that's fine. But what got me more excited is that the original 3 Metal Gear Solid games are going to be coming to the to all of us, I believe in August or sometime around that time period, as like a collection, a master collection, so you can play the original Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 in their original form. And I couldn't be more happier than that. I've always said that I feel like I was hoping they'd do that with like Resident Evil, like 1, 2, and 3 brought in their original form onto current consoles and stuff, because some people, they want to be able to play that stuff, and I think everyone should be able to play it how they originally looked and all, and getting Metal Gear Solid is a step in the right direction. Hopefully Resident Evil falls in line, but as I said, Metal Gear Solid is one of my all-time favorite franchises, and 3 is my favorite of the group. 2 is probably the one that changed me forever in terms of gaming, and everyone knows what I'm talking about if you ever played the second one, because that just... Playing it as a 10-year-old, yeah, that was quite an experience. But I definitely was happy to see I was probably happy to see the collection more than even 3 getting remade. But either way, I'm definitely happy to see Snake coming back. So, next game I was excited about was Alan Wake 2. Now, I'll be the first one to admit I've never played the first one. One of these days, I'm going to get around to playing it. But I liked how it looked here. I like that kind of atmosphere. I love Control. That came out a few years ago, so it just makes no sense that I haven't played Alan Wake. I'm going to get around to it one day, but the second one looks really cool. I just always like the aesthetic, the mystery, the technique, the craziness. That kind of aesthetic just really vibes with me personally, and we got a release date for that, I believe October. So something else that I'm really excited to see. I can't wait to get into that, but I got to play the first one, damn it, so I can't be messing around. But is there a problem? Is too many games to play? Yes, there is, because that is a problem I've been encountering too many times lately. There's too many things to play and not enough time. My next game, and this one I really hope is good because it's had quite a developmental cycle. Going in a JRPG category is Grand Blue Fantasy, and I really hope this. It's supposed to come out in the winter, and I've been watching this for years. It looks really cool. It's just that type of world. I always enjoy having a cool action moments, multiple characters. The world looks so. Whenever you have a JRPG, you want a world that you just love to be in. And as I said, it's been in such a developmental cycle, so many delays, and just not knowing what's going on. I really hope that game turns out really good, because it's just, you never want to have a game you follow for years and years and years, and when it finally comes out, and I know it's taking a long time, but hopefully that time taken makes the game as great as possible. I really have a lot of high hopes for that one, but it was great to see an update on that. And the last thing that I'll mention in terms of the stuff that I really liked that was there, obviously, and it's funny because they had the last announcement, and I was thinking, well, it's got to be Spider-Man 2. But when I first saw it, I was like, no, what the heck is this? It took me a while to realize, oh, this is Spider-Man 2, and I was so excited to see Kraven. Kraven, a very, very underrated Spider-Man villain. Happy to see him again. I really hope to see him soon in a movie done real well. But we get Spider-Man 2, and they showed a dual gameplay with Pete and Miles, which is cool. I love a lot of their abilities. Peter with the symbiote suit, and then Miles with electricity, and just how they can change change between players. And he had the Lizard, another one of my fan favorite villains, and obviously you're gonna have symbiotes and Venom and stuff. Maybe Carnage could pop in, but obviously sequel to the original one in 2018. It's got a release date coming out in the fall, not but at least a season. But Spider-Man looked really good. I can't wait to play that one. Obviously, I know some people are saying, man, maybe they could show off Wolverine, but I feel like, maybe not now, not ever, because that pertains me to my next thing I'll talk about, the things that we didn't see, and I'll get right into the Wolverine right now. I know a lot of people wish we could have seen something, but I also think it's probably for the best not to show it and just give everything to Spider-Man, just so it's not fighting its way of attention. So we'll see stuff with Wolverine eventually, but let's go through Spider-Man. The next thing I wish we had is we did have a little more gameplay trailer of Final Fantasy 16 or Cinematics or a combination of both. But the thing I really wanted them to drop, and I think it's been confirmed that they are, just not a date yet, is there's going to be a demo. I was hoping a demo would drop as soon as we saw something today, but unfortunately not, so I got to wait a little bit longer for that. Another thing at first I was hoping to see it, but now that I think about it, probably it's for the best too, similar with the Wolverine thing with Spider-Man 2. I was hoping we see something with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, but with Final Fantasy 16 coming out next month, it probably doesn't make sense to show something like that right now, because I never want to be talking about that and take a little of the thunder away from 16, because as I said, 16 I really cannot wait to play. That's probably my most hopeful game of the year that I really hope is good. So yeah, we can wait on Rebirth, but let's get 16. It's a day and do, because as I said, it's about less than a month away till it comes out, so I'm happy for that. In terms of anything else I was thinking about that we're trying to see, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. They showed off barely anything of the VR 2 at Resident Evil 4. I mean, at that point, they didn't even need to show it anything. We didn't really see anything we didn't already know. No release date on it either. So, as I said, I've never owned a VR or any of that stuff. I mean, I think the biggest thing with me is I don't want that stuff to feel. And maybe I've always heard people say Resident Evil 7 VR was great. Resident Evil 4 VR was great. I'll put it this way: if Resident Evil 4 VR was on the PlayStation VR and not a completely different thing, so I can play 7 and 4, the original 4, by the way, I definitely would have probably got one. But and who knows? Maybe I'll get one for Resident Evil 4 remake. I don't know, but it's just it is a lot of money to just be ushering that for just one game. Hopefully there's multiple games, but as I never want those things to feel like gimmicks. I've always felt as long as those things are fun and entertaining, but we'll see. Just not enough information. I also was hoping they'd release something on some Resident Evil 4 DLC, but that did not come out either, so I guess we'll have to wait a little bit on that. The next thing I'm just trying to think of off the top of my head what we didn't see that I heard a lot of people talking about. Well, I guess what we didn't see that I personally cared about, I guess that's a better thing. There's a lot of things other people were big on, but they just don't pertain to me. I was hoping that we would see something on Silent Hill 2. That was another thing that I was hoping we see something, but that's something that we're going to have to wait a little bit on. But in terms of just major things, that's all like the big major things. There's probably maybe a thing or two I'm not thinking off the top of my head, but another thing we did show off some like handheld version of the PS5 where you can like play it where like the same stuff on PS5 wherever you go. I've never really been too big on those things. I mean, granted, having the ability to do that, some people might enjoy it. Some people are always on the go and stuff, but this is not something I personally care too much about. But overall, there are some things I enjoy. Probably the collection announcement was the biggest thing I enjoyed from as a diehard Metal Gear Solid fan. Now, obviously, I like seeing my second favorite game being remade, so that's cool. See what they did with that. Obviously Spider-Man 2 looked great, and there's some other things. And there's some other games there that I can't say they're good or bad. It's just I didn't see enough of them to really give an opinion. Because how they showcase something. It's usually just a CGI trailer, not actual gameplay, because that's one argument you hear a lot of us gamers always complain about. Hey, show us gameplay. Stop showing us CGI trailers that look great, and then the gameplay just isn't the same thing. But regardless, that is my opinion. Let me know what your opinion was. What is something that you like that was the best announcement for you personally of that whole event, or you like someone just I didn't see nothing, which I see that a lot in these things, but. There gotta be something in there that interests some people. Some people are like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. I've never seen anything worse. And the next showcase happened, and then that'll be the next worst thing ever. But regardless, and what announcement did you not see that you wanted to see there? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the showcase. Got some enjoyment out of it. That's one thing I will say that I've noticed about me as I got older. I remember when I was younger, I used to get really excited, especially when they used to have E3 now, not anymore. Rest in peace, E3, where I'd be so excited watching all that stuff. But as I get older, I'm just like, man, even if it is something good that I really enjoy, I'm just like, man, I just don't got the energy I used to. Hopefully I can get through it in time, because it's just me. It's like with any gameplay now. I don't like watching lots. I just rather be playing it. That's just my thing. But that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully I can see you guys back on the next one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, and I hope to see you all later. Peace.